Okay, back to school. I know a lot of you maybe have kids going back to school next week. Comment, let me know when they're going to go. But my kids went on Monday. And you know, we think so much about getting the kids ready, but there was a tweet this morning that got my attention about, are our teachers ready and how are they doing and do they need support, because teaching is hard work.
Yes.
And we love you and we need you and thank you for choosing that profession. So I want to show you a tweet that got my thoughts in this direction. Brianna said basically she had a horrible first day. If the rest of this year goes like today, then I'm going to be a one and done teacher. And I wanted to find her and hug her because I can't imagine what that first day is like. I have a lot of friends that are teachers and they always say the first year is the hardest year. But then what really got my attention after that is there was almost 800 comments, and it was like this big swarm of community of teachers that all embraced her and said, don't worry, it's going to get better. Don't give up, because we need teachers. We need teachers desperately. There are 115,000 teachers in Georgia already. Thank you so much for all the work you do.
Thank you.
But we always need more, so basically don't quit. So I wanted to share some of the comments encouraging her, because that really got my attention. This is a community of teachers. So John says, 12 years with middle school and now 4 years at the university. I still have days like this. Teaching is hard. Owning your mistakes is even harder. Showing yourself grace is even harder still. Ultimately, students need humble, reflective teachers, which sounds like you are, because you could tell by her tweet, she wants it to be great.
Yes.
Right.
And you guys, it was so interesting because the thing that stuck out, so I started reading like what made that so hard on her, and she said, I could not even get them to stop talking.
Oh,
it's
man.
seventh graders. She couldn't get them to stop talking, so she felt like she couldn't even start to do her job.
Right, because you feel ineffective when you can't communicate your message. And my sister is a teacher. I love teachers. I'm so thankful for everything they do. But the stories she tells me about how difficult it is really make my heart break for her sometimes, because people get into that profession because they love children and they want to help. These are helpers.
Yeah.
And to not be able to do your job effectively has got to be so frustrating. So I love that so many people were in there supporting her and really encouraging her, saying it does get better with more experience, and I'm sure more classrooms. You get a little bit better at it.
Yeah, and it's the first day. Kids are rowdy. They're back in class. They've been away from each other all summer long. So that's a little natural too. But I think this is a great opportunity for this teacher to learn a lesson too. That, you know, you don't give up. Things are always having the, things always have the opportunity to get better, you know?
And I was like, good on you for being a middle school teacher, because middle school is that time that there's not enough money in the bank to send me back to middle school.
Yeah, me either.
I was the awkward 5'11", grew way too fast, like just a mess. And it was such an awkward, hard time. And I thought, what an important time, because that's really such a crossroads for a lot of kids. Like they're learning, they're growing up. It's like this intersection of life, and they need like great role models in that time. But I think that would be a really difficult time to be a teacher too. So I applaud her for choosing 7th grade. So Penny is another teacher that fired in with another comment that I thought was so great. There is an enormous web of support here. Teachers in Georgia who are trying to get better. We are here to help you. We've all had days that make us want to quit, but there are enormous rewards when you stay. So she's sending love. Because you can impact, you can impact a child's life. We have a friend of ours, a producer in the newsroom. He said, hey, I was the class clown. I was the troublemaker in middle school. And he's like the greatest talented young man, and you're like so glad he had teachers around him during that time and didn't give up on him either.
This kind of reminds me of what we were talking about earlier with the parents. You know, you can't compare, you know, your first year, you go through all this preparation, all this schoolwork to get to this point, and it doesn't matter, you know, the experience. Everyone's going to have a tough time at some point in time along the way, along the year.
I want people to comment on this too, because the reality is teachers need more support. They don't make a lot of money. They don't even have all the resources they need, like pencils, papers. Their kids come hungry. There's a lot of issues. It's not a perfect system. It's very hard. I'd love to know what kind of support you need, what helps you the most, your thoughts about classrooms. I just think it's such an important conversation. One more comment I want to share here as a veteran teacher, Josh fired in. I've been doing this for 17 years. We all suck from time to time. Anyone who tells you differently is lying. The first year is the hardest by far. One day you'll look back and smile at how far you've come, and you'll smile, I think, and look back at how many lives you've touched. Even though it was not a perfect system, it isn't always easy, but
and it's the long game. I think that teachers, the difference that they're making, they don't get to necessarily see that every single day, but years from now, I still remember the outfit my 4th grade my teacher wore on the best day I ever had in school. I remember everything about her. And so the difference that they're making is indescribable.
Yeah.
And that's what they always say, you know, about nobody remembers who was Miss America whatever year. You remember those teachers that were in your lives that made a difference for you. And I'd really love to hear what she has to say a week later, a month later, at the end of the year. I bet it's all going to be completely different.
Yeah, we might have to just go meet her.
We need to. That'll be great.
But congratulations on making it to your first year.
And through the first day.
Yeah, and I love this community of teachers. Thank you, everybody. So keep the comments coming and all the conversations we've had today. You really round out the conversation for us, so keep commenting below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. We'll be back the same time tomorrow with many more stories, so you don't want to miss out. Hope you all have a great day.